Hey everyone, today I have this Planet of the Apes comic, Ape City. Now, despite what you're seeing on the cover, this is a really bizarre Planet of the Apes comic. Now, when you look at the cover here, what comes to my mind is that scene from the fifth movie, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, where a bunch of the gorillas are around the campfire conspiring against Caesar. But this scene is not indicative of this comic at all. It's a really nice cover. And for, like, if this was an adaptation of Battle for the Planet of the Apes, this would be a great cover. And so there we got the first page. We have an ape wearing a hat and sunglasses, playing a saxophone. Oh, and the title is Monkey Business. Across the ocean, the land is arid and barren, the population is small, and the living is hard. But here, for now at least, there is electricity, and food, and drink aplenty. And tonight, like every other night, there's a party going on... Okay, I think there was a better way to word that. Planet of the Apes. Okay, so we've established electricity exists. He's wearing sunglasses and a hat, playing a saxophone. Looks like he might have suspenders on. So that leads me to think, okay, so this is definitely not the continuity of the Planet of the Apes movies. This is the continuity of the original book, most likely, right? And so here we see an ape band. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around. I said that we're too busy singing to put anybody down, yeah. And then he keeps on singing, and then they're singing Shake It Up, Twist and Shout, and whatever. And then we get an introduction to this character. That's our old friend Mongo, making a one-night appearance with the band. His singing makes me wish we'd never learned to talk. No, no, please don't say such things. Yeah, I'd rather listen to a human sing. Hecklers. I hate hecklers. And then he, just dives right into the crowd. Look at that. Just diving right in. How do you even make that kind of leap? Oh, and then a fight breaks out. Whoosh! Someone threw a chair, just like Boondocks. I'm mad. And then, let's see, wonk. Don't you hate when you get wonked? Did you ever see any of the Three Stooges? No? Then spread out, thoink. Nyuk, 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 crack. Okay, so the Three Stooges exist now? Whap, thonk. Let's see, a whole bunch of fights going on. Crash. Thud. Okay, it seems like they're... Oh, okay, he caught the beer before it smashed, so... Oh, and then he pours it for his buddy there. This is ridiculous. That was one good brawl, friend Mongo. The best we've had around here since last time you were around. Thanks, Fats. Say, why don't you come with me? I was not built for adventuring, Mongo. Besides, who would run my nightclub? Or what's left of it. Why don't you stay here? I'll let you sing at the club every night. No, Fats, it's time for me to hit the road. I want to see the world, Fats, 'cause you never know when it's going to end. And then we get some space here, I guess. Compensate for Taylor's failure. We must act, and we must act now. How can we tolerate a potential future in which the world has been taken over by apes? And our government must do something to prevent that actuality. Has agreed on a... What is with this? Is there, a chunk of text missing here? And our government must do something to prevent the actuality. Has a... Okay, this is just written out really, really weird. Has agreed on a covert plan utilizing convicted killers. Will deliver a plague of chaos because this is our final gambit. May God forgive us for this desperate act. The last hope to vindicate our species. Okay, a little backstory here. Taylor, I'm assuming, refers to Taylor, the main character of the first movie. Charlton Heston's character. But this comic seems to take place in the continuity of the book, where it's modern times, and the apes are just people. There's not that big of a difference between, modern human culture and the apes culture of the book. But Taylor wasn't in the book. The character in the book was a completely different character. So this must be or maybe it's just a reference to the movie, Maybe it's not the same Taylor, it's just a guy who happens to be named Taylor, but that's still, like, really weird to throw out there. And also, Taylor's failure? Failure of what? Like, Taylor's mission was not to overthrow the Planet of the Apes. His, like, goal was, like, he was part of a scientific research team or something. Nice landing, Devin. Scab. Shucks, this baby bout flies herself. We're just along for the ride, Scab. Devin. Quiet, you two. I'm trying to figure... Blast! We overshot the U.S. We're somewhere in Western Europe, near France, I guess. Pie. Okay, just the pie symbol. Why? Whatever. I don't care if we're in Timbuktu. Just let me out of the soup can. Mariah. Yeah, I'm with Mariah. The sooner we get our job done here, the sooner we get to go back home. Mix? Or MX? I don't know. Home. Joe. Okay, gang, I've got hostiles on the monitor, 50 meters and closing, and I have not kept track of what voices I did for these characters. So we get to start killing now, right, Pie? Shut up, Scab, and suit up. Humans? What are you doing? Talking monkeys. They were right as rain, MX. Okay, Vindicators, let's cook. And so here we got the guy who's looking all badass, I guess, and I love this one ape's expression. Humans. Holy crap, look at that. Bang, bang, bang. It's the 90s. Blam, blam. Holy crap, this is, wow, that is relatively violent for, like, what's come so far. Holy, look at that. Jesus. Holy, oh my god. What happened? Okay, this took a, this took quite the turn. Holy crap, I did not expect, wow. Kung this and Kung that. You'd think that he was the most important ape on the entire planet. Why'd you think that he was the biggest? Wow. Maybe this will make him forget about silly old Kung. Click. And then, there's some dead apes and a guy running and there was smoke. Oh, okay, I see. He went inside the human's ship and stole this thingamawhat's-it there. Dr. Bende! Dr. Bende, look what I found! Flanagan, what was the last thing I asked you to do when you left here? Feed Kung. I'm very busy, Flanagan, and Kung's crying is making my work that much more difficult. But, oh well. Okay, it went in a bucket. Our plants all over are malfunctioning, and we only have the know-how and ape power to keep them running temporarily. All of my reports have been on locating a new power source. The humans left us a legacy of technology that most apes will never understand. It is my charge to learn as much as I can as fast as I can. The plague that killed the humans may have destroyed our only chance at finding power sources. My days are numbered and my patience is almost at an end. So I'm sorry if I hadn't had the time to spend with you that I'd like. I would like you to do something that would mean very much to me. Anything, Dr. Bende, I'll do anything. Feed Kong. Feed Kong, feed Kong. That's all I ever do around here. Then I saw her face. Da, 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 I'm a believer. And then, whatever that language is... Huh, what are you supposed to be? And then it says something. Okay, Baboonja, let's rock and roll. Okay, so, Ape City. Baboons aren't apes, they're monkeys. There is a difference. Apes don't have tails, monkeys have tails. That's the easiest way to tell an ape from a monkey. Not that you can see a tail anywhere on this, but yeah, Baboonja? Unless that's like just, like a name he's calling it. Whatever. Anyway, he hits it with the guitar. What a maroon. What a... Hundreds of them, and wow, that is a face. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Did you ever think, like, if you picked up this Planet of the Apes comic, you'd see Lordy, lordy, lordy? What did I ever do to you? Well, you did, like, smack that one across the world with a guitar, so... Zing, zing, zing. Feats don't fail me now. Is this the 30s? Whack. Worried face. Bemused face. Okay. So, okay, now there's a girl ape there. I assume it's an ape. Okay, hotshot. Give me one reason not to slice you into strips. There's a pack of wild baboons just tailing me. Why they're... I guess I scared them off. This is a dangerous road, mister. Mongo. I'm Rox. Look, I've got to go. I've got an appointment for later in the day. Say, Rox, since this is such a dangerous road, maybe I'd better tag along with you, just to make sure you stay safe. Do you ever put away that knife? So, yeah, we're introduced to Rox, the tough girl ape here, whose face isn't really any different than his. Oh, you know what? In this page, it kind of looks like she has a ponytail, but it's actually just this guy's, like, part of his shirt from the other panel that she's overlapping. Okay, yeah, so anyway, yeah. Rox. I can't run my operations without juice, Dr. Revo. And you're telling me you can't give me juice. I try to tell you, Big Mall. Dr. Bende is the electricity specialist. Dr. Bende, huh? He's the expert. I'm of no use to you. Yes, you're correct, Dr. Revo. You are of no use to me. By the way, what size shoes do you wear? And, he's got a gold tooth. Now, how do you show a gold tooth in a black and white comic? Well, you have it glow. It's either a gold tooth or Cable's eye. No, no! Big Mal, no! Take him away, Lenny. Show him how we get to the bottom of things around here. No, 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 no! Well, look how small this little guy here is. Is that like a statue on his table, or is that a guy actually... Oh, okay, I see him. He's there. He has a hat on. He doesn't have a hat on there. Why is he so little? He's in front of these guys, and they're, like, towering over him. Like, I know he's sitting down, but he's still really small. Whatever. So, what's next, boss? Call in the boys on the east side, Ween. Is that Ween or Weenie? You gonna get the juice, boss? Yeah, we're gonna get the juice. Bring the car around, Weenie. Okay, yeah, it is Weenie. We're gonna pay a call on Dr. Bende. And then whatever that language is, the Silent One has spoken. The land has born a new source of power. We are the followers of the true light. The Silent One has given me a name. Tell us, Crack, tell us. Bende. Bende. And then a face slowly appears on the paper and burns away? Bende, Bende, Bende. And then it changes to Bende, Bende. What is going on? Did I miss a page or something? What's going on? I don't understand what's happening here. What is even the story here? What's the count, Scab? 57 casualties, Chief. 57? Is that all? Man, I thought I aced that many by myself. Well, according to the reading, everybody wasn't pulling their weight, right, Joe? Shut up, Scab. Calm down, guys. We came here to do a job, and we're gonna do it. That's our motto. Travel to exotic lands, kill 500,000 talking monkeys, and get a scot-free parole when you go back home. And at our present rate, it's going to take us over 24 years to complete our task. By the way, from now on, we'd better have somebody hang back and guard the ship. I hate to think of somebody. Arrgh! Devin! Bad news, buckos. Somebody swiped the crystal. The crystal? We'll never get home without that rock. So what? We've still got monkeys to kill. Don't you understand, Misfit? 3/4 of our equipment was powered with that crystal. Then we find the crystal, break out the heavy artillery, and let's move. So this is where Dr. Bombay lives? Benday. It's Dr. Benday. As a matter of fact, there he is now. Dr. Benday, it's Rox. Rox, how are you, my child? You've certainly grown up, become quite the warrior, I've heard. By the way, I'm sorry about what happened to your father. He was weak. It was a dishonorable death. Well, I don't know about that. I'm just glad you decided to come to work as my bodyguard. Oh, this is Mongo. You did say you wanted me to find an assistant. What's up, Doc? How much does this gig pay? Well, knowledge is the most valuable coin in this day and age. After all, what good is cash today? That's what I say too, Doc. That's why I don't leave home without this. American Express. Shouldn't it be some kind of ape pun or something? What even is the tone of this thing? Well, very good. Let's go in, shall we? I was out here looking for Kung, but he'll turn up sooner or later. I've finished my studies, Dr. Benday. Can I go out now? Yes, you may, after you introduce yourself to our guests. Hi, I'm Flanagan. Pleased to meet you. Run along now and see... If you see Kong, try and bring him back. Feed Kong, find Kong, brother. So, what's this trip you want to make, Doc? You see, I'm looking for a new source of power, and I believe... Shh, I heard something odd. Dr. Benday, trouble! And then we get mobster apes. Okay, reach for the sky and nobody gets hurt. Crash! And the baboonjas are back, I guess. Thoom! Surprise! The humans are also back, what? And then they got the good guys cornered. Dr. Benday, just how much did you say this bodyguard job pays? Next issue. Next issue? What makes you think there's going to be a next issue? Okay, and so yeah, there's Ape City. Definitely one of the weirdest Planet of the Apes comics I've ever been able to find. This was a 4-issue miniseries. All 4 issues were indeed released. However, I only have this first one here. The other issues have completely different covers that are far more representative of the kind of story this is. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this cover looks like straight up an adaptation of that scene from Battle for the Planet of the Apes where the gorilla army is conspiring against Caesar. But this comic has nothing to do with that. In fact, I don't see any gorillas at all. Unless Mongo and Rox are gorillas. They look like chimps, though. They look like how the chimps are usually portrayed. So, yeah, I don't think there's actually any gorillas in this comic. It's chimps, orangutans, and baboonjas. What the heck is a baboon? Why is baboons a they were never in the movies. This is a very bizarre comic, and despite the story not really being very good, and the characters not being super interesting, like, Rox is probably the most interesting. I'm really curious what in the world her backstory is. How did she get involved with Dr. Benday? And also, she's like a tough girl character, which is not something we see in a lot of Planet of the Apes movies. I mean, not tough in the way she is. We have Zira, who was a extremely tough character, but she wasn't like a buff, muscly character. She was tough. She had strength of will, not really strength of body. So that's kind of a unique, interesting take. I do wish we'd see more, like, female ape characters as the protagonist, or at least as, like, a a tough character in one of these Planet of the Apes stories. I think there's way too much going on in this comic. We got gangsters, we got humans from an alternate timeline or something. There's some backstory with Taylor. There's this whole story about humans went extinct and left behind technology that the apes are trying to figure out. There's a whole thing about their electricity power sources are running out, and then they find that crystal in the ship the humans had. What? Like all that, and then on top of that, we have baboonjas. So yeah, there's Ape City from Adventure Comics, the weirdest Planet of the Apes comic I've ever read. I'll be looking for the other issues of this. Don't know if I'll be able to track these down, but I'm definitely gonna look, because this is a really fun comic, despite it not being very good. And as a big fan of Planet of the Apes, this is a somewhat unique, or not really a unique story in itself. It's a unique story in the context of Planet of the Apes. I would never have expected a Planet of the Apes comic story of any kind to be like this. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.